Hi guys! I'm really excited to share with you guys a preview of my merchandise. As you guys can see, I have on one of the shirts which says Back to Your Roots. This one is actually my favorite. It's in black. You can get it in white. There's like 10 different logos that I personally have created myself, and I have designed and stuff like that. So it 100% comes from me. It is 100% made here in Tanzania and will be shipped out to you guys. The cost of them is $30 per shirt plus $5 shipping in the US. So if you are interested, please send me a message. We're only taking orders for the next 2 weeks, okay? So, and when you do get your shirt, please take a picture and tag me in it because I would love to see it. So, a lot of people have this perception that I am completely biased towards Tanzania, and it's really not true. I'm not biased towards Tanzania. I'm not biased towards any country. I think there's good and bad in every country, and you just have to take it or leave it, you know what I'm saying? Like, the last few videos that I have posted about, you know, why diasporas are leaving and, you know, some of the effects and stuff like that, some people felt like, you know, I was really being biased, and I wouldn't say that. I'm just here to tell you guys my experience. I'm here to tell you guys my opinion. It is purely my opinion. It is my experience. I can't speak for other people. You may have a completely different journey than I did. However, I do have a positive experience here in Tanzania. I think if anything, I'm probably biased towards Zimbabwe more than any African country because we all know I absolutely love Zimbabwe. But I'm here to tell you guys 10 top things that I really think are real issues here in Tanzania that Americans face on a daily basis, or you know, people from European or whatever, Western people face on a daily basis. So I got my handy dandy notebook and my pen because you guys know that I have to write things down, otherwise I will not stay on task, okay? Alright, so the first thing I would say, a major setback here in Tanzania is a dual citizenship. It really sucks that we're not allowed to have dual citizenship. I mean, unless you are a child or you are a woman, a Tanzanian woman who is marrying a, let's say, American man or something like that. She's eligible for dual citizenship, but I'm not eligible for dual citizenship. I'm really praying and hoping that things change in the future, maybe with this new president, maybe they will introduce dual citizenships. I know that in the whole continent of Africa itself, they only allow maybe like 3 countries that allows dual citizenship. Otherwise, the whole continent usually doesn't allow it. And I've been hearing a lot of you guys with your frustration saying like, I'm coming back to the motherland, and you know, I should be able to have these rights, and I should be able to do this, and I should be able to do that, and stuff like that. And I hear you guys, and I respect everybody's opinion. Even if I disagree with you, I respect your opinion because it's your perspective, and just because it's your perspective doesn't mean that it's wrong. If it is something that, you know, is a deal breaker for you, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Maybe looking into those, you know, 3 countries that does allow dual citizenship, and so you can feel like you have the same rights. However, there is an option here for you to get citizenship. You have to, however, drop your American passport, which is what a lot of people don't want to do. And it's funny because my husband says, well, you don't really want to be a Tanzanian if you don't want to drop your American passport. You want to keep your American passport, but also still get the same benefits and everything that you would in Tanzania. So I also understand that perspective as well, but I do think that dual citizenship should be a thing here because you are a person, you know, in one country coming to another, and it just feels like you should be able to have both. But I don't know the reason behind that. If you know the reason why Tanzania does not allow dual citizenship, please comment and let me know, because I really hope that it changes, because I want dual citizenship. The second thing I would say is the language barrier. We face this on a daily basis, you know, speaking the English language, or if you speak Spanish or you speak French, wherever you're from, not knowing Kiswahili, it really gives you a major setback here, because the main language is Kiswahili here, and that's not going to change. Yes, you have a lot of the younger generation that does speak English and stuff like that. However, the main language here is Kiswahili. If the same way in China, the main language there is Chinese, you know, that's not something that you can change. Nor do I think it's right for you to come here and try to change that, or think that it's wrong. This is the language here. So when you leave another country, or even when you travel, you need to be able to adapt to environments. So that is taking the extra step. Taking that extra step to learn Kiswahili. You don't think when people migrate to America how difficult it is for them to learn English? You understand what I'm saying? However, they're migrating to America, so therefore they're gonna take the initiative and the extra step to, you know, learn English. So it's the same thing here. If you're out here, it is definitely a setback at the fact that you don't know the language. So therefore, take a Swahili class, get a Swahili tutor. They're really not expensive. I take a Swahili class, and per session I pay around $5, and it's an hour session. And I'm really, because I know that I'm here and it's important to me to adapt to the environment, I really want to learn Kiswahili. And sometimes it's frustrating, guys. I have had sessions where I have cried because I just have not known how to say a word, and I've just gotten frustrated and things like that. But if this is really where you want to be, you'll take that initiative step, and it's okay if it takes you some time. It's definitely okay if it takes you some time. And you know what? People really appreciate here that you're actually trying to learn the language. Like, people get really flattered that I'm actually trying. Even if I say the word wrong, they'll actually help me out so I can learn it, so I can gain it. You understand what I'm saying? So the language barrier is a huge thing. You do, if you want to be out here, you do need to learn that. And this is going to get me into the third point. The third point is, you absolutely will get ripped off if you don't know the language. 100%. If you don't know the language, they're automatically going to hear, oh, they don't know the language. If they hear that you don't know the language, they're gonna assume, okay, that you don't know the value of the money here, or you don't know how much things cost, or you don't know, you know what I'm saying? So you absolutely, there are some people who will take advantage of you. That is not a Tanzanian thing. I see it happen in New York all the time, where tourist prices are a completely different price than local people in New York. It happens all the time. And it's just, it's human nature. There are good people, there are bad people, and that's just what it is. So learning the language here will help you out in so many ways. Learning the language, learning the culture, learning the people, learning the money. You can start doing business transactions. You can start living the way everybody else lives and things like that, because you are aware, you know, you've done your research. I feel like a lot of people come out here and they get upset at the fact that they're being ripped off and all of this stuff, because what they're doing is they have not taken the time to do the research. They have not taken the time to go to different stores and see how much the price is. They have not taken the time to learn how much the money is. You know, they see something that is, they're like, oh, really? That's only $3? That's not that big of a deal. I can pay $3, but then what if it's 50? What if it's really 50 cents? Do you understand what I'm saying? And you pay $3 instead of 50 cents. So they have not really learned what is it like to be here, even if that means hiring. You understand what I'm saying? Hiring a person here, a trusting person that you can ask them. You know what I'm saying? We actually got requests from people who are foreigners to be like, hey, do you think that Hope can kind of take us around to the market and see what the prices are in the market? do you think that Hope can, you know, show us like how much cars are gonna be, how much this is gonna be, how much that's gonna be? You understand what I'm saying? Because Hope is a local Tanzanian, and he would know those prices and stuff like that. So there's so many ways that you can go about it. However, people come here from the West with the West mentality, and they just like splurge out or whatever, and then they get upset that they get ripped off. So that again goes from not doing enough research. Okay. The fourth thing that I'm gonna mention is this thing called flycatchers. So flycatchers are, it could be a man or it could be a woman. It's basically which happens everywhere again as well, but it happens here a lot. You have these guys or girls that are flycatchers that on purposely seek out foreigners because they believe that, you know, foreigners have money, they have this, they have that. And what they do, and you usually find them at the clubs, and you can usually tell. You can usually tell because the flycatchers are the guys with like the big chest, and they, you know, they wear, like they try to dress like, you know, American and kind of have that style, whatever. But in reality, most Tanzanian men, they don't look like that. You know what I'm saying? So you start, you know, in West Africa, that's different. You know, the West African, they're built differently. But out here, if you see like a big guy, you're like, I wonder if he's a flycatcher. And basically what it is these guys, I've heard stories about these guys will sleep with you, and then when you wake up in the morning, they'll rob you. Some of them are just looking for a foreigner so that way they can come to America. Same with the women. They see American men that come out here, and they just want to, you know, they just want to head to America. So they'll tell you, they'll do whatever it is that you want them to do or whatever, just so that way they can get that opportunity. So you definitely have to be careful with those flycatchers, like 100%. I don't know why they call flycatchers. I asked Hope that, like, why are they called flycatchers? But I was actually warned by this like the first time I went to the club, because there was a flycatcher who approached me, and I was with my tour guide at the moment, and he told me, he was like, that's a flycatcher, and I was like, what's a flycatcher? And he explained it to me. So you need to be careful for these men and women, especially if you're a foreigner. You are going to definitely be targeted, and they're going to tell you whatever they want to hear, and da-da-da-da-da, and they're gonna sleep with you for one night. They they like to say, like, they'll give you the best like sex that you ever had and stuff like that, and that's just so that way they can get you for that one night, and, you know, take whatever it is that they want, and, you know, manipulate you and stuff like that. So definitely be careful. Another one would be, like, I don't know if this is just me, this might totally be me, it might not bother other people, but it really bothers me. As soon as people hear that I'm from America, they have this like TV image, like, America, wow, like they just think America is so great, you know what I'm saying? And I'm always like, you guys really don't know how it is. Like, sometimes it's frustrating for me because I'm like, you don't understand how it is for us brothers and sisters in America. You understand what I'm saying? Like, how hard life is, and how you have to worry about your kids getting shot up in schools, and you got to worry about, you know, you got to worry about finding a job, and you got to worry about, you know, not being qualified for, well, being qualified for the job but not given the job because of the color of your skin, or you have to worry about the police. And, you know, it's like whenever people hear that you're from America, they think about Times Square, and they think about this, like, oh, Hollywood, Times Square. They think about this beautiful, magnificent place. And sometimes it gets really annoying. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm like, no, I promise you, it's not like that. Like, it's not like that at all. So that might be like a thing that I'm just like super annoyed about. Which goes into the next one that I was gonna say, is that everyone thinks that you're rich. Like, people assume that because you are from America, you are automatically rich. You automatically have all of this money, and you, like, I still don't know to this day what, like, why do people think that? It doesn't make any sense to me, because there are poor people everywhere, and there's a big population of homeless people in America, and there is a huge population of people on government assistance and all of this stuff, and a lot of us, we just ain't got it like that. But for some reason, again, it's the media that gets put out there about America, that we are just this wealthy country and everybody inside of America is wealthy, and if you're born as an American, you are wealthy and you're this and you're that. And I can definitely say that we are definitely wealthy in some ways, you know what I'm saying, by having clean water, by, you know, certain things like that. Absolutely, we are definitely wealthy in that way. But not everybody that comes here is rich. Most of us are broke and we are trying to find a way, okay? Most of us cannot pay that $2,000 per month for rent. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of Tanzanians have this mindset that if you're from America, you are rich and you have so much money. And it really is a disadvantage, because I feel like it puts a lot of pressure on us, and sometimes we get unfair prices and stuff like that due to the fact that they think that we just got it like that, like we're just rich, you know? Another thing that, again, I think it's my personal opinion, or something I don't like, but however, you guys can, you know, maybe it's different for you, but I really hate being compared to a Mzungu. Like, I absolutely hate it. If you guys don't know, Mzungu out here is basically a Caucasian person. And when I first got out here, I got called a Mzungu a lot. And it really used to piss me off, because I don't consider myself a white woman. I don't think like a white woman. I don't have the same white privileges as a white woman. Like, I just, like, it really, like, it's something that really cringes me, and it's something that really makes me upset. Only because I guess, you know, I guess the mindset is just different here versus America, you know, because especially coming from a country that is so divided between whites and blacks, and just seeing the mistreatment and stuff like that, for somebody to call you a Karen is very offensive, you know what I'm saying, especially when you're a black person. So, and they don't mean it in an offensive way like that, but that's how I personally take it. Like, do not call me a Mzungu. I don't like that. So, you know, get used to being called a Mzungu, because it's, and I correct people. Oh, I'm like, I'm not a Mzungu. I am an African American woman, like mixed race. Like, I am not one. Another thing that I will say, and I feel like you will get this more as a woman to another woman, because we all know that women together, it don't matter what country, it don't matter what race, it don't matter anything. Women, we are catty, we are very catty. And I feel like a lot of African Americans here really struggle with finding female Tanzanian friends. And I think a big part of it has to do with the fact that Tanzanian women have this idea in their mind, some Tanzanian women have this idea in their mind that us Americans, or us African Americans, think that we're better than them. And 99.9% of us don't think that at all. We don't think that at all. That is not our mindset. That's not why we came out here. We didn't come out here to, try to compete, or try to, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not our mindset. However, you get that a lot. I mean, I almost got into it with somebody at the nail salon, because I was at the nail salon and I was waiting and I was there first, but I stepped out for a second to get something to drink, and when I came back, there was another woman there, and Tanzanian woman, she refused to let me get my nails done first, even though I was there first. I just stepped out to get something to drink, and she started speaking in Swahili, in her native language. But however, I was with somebody who knew how to speak Swahili, which she didn't tell me until later on, because y'all know that New York come out real quick. That, like, she was like, oh, people think that we're supposed to be scared of foreigners, but we're not scared of foreigners, like, blase blase and all of this stuff. She thinks that she's better than me because she thinks she's a foreigner and she came here, so therefore she should get her nails done before me. And I'm just like, it's not like that at all. Like, I was genuinely here first. I stepped out to get something to drink, and now you're making this whole narrative about, like, I think that I'm better than you because I want to get my nails done first, and that's only because I was here first. But you will get that a lot. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, you will get that a lot from, especially from some Tanzanian women. You have to be careful. Like, you really have to be selective on who your friends are, on who you associate with, and things like that. Like, for real, for real. With that being said, you really also have to be careful with, you know, who you have as a woman. And I think this goes for anywhere, but especially here in Tanzania, women will overstep their boundaries. Like, they absolutely will overstep their boundaries. Like, I have gone to work with my husband, and there has been Tanzanian women, and they will throw themselves right on him, and they know that I'm his wife, and they just don't care. Like, for real, for real. So you need to, sometimes you need to set that boundary, and you need to be a little aggressive. Like, no, I don't play that. This is not about to happen here, you know? So you do need to be assertive, and this is not something that is uncommon. This is something that I'm pretty sure every African American woman who's been here, who's dated a Tanzania or something like that, had to deal with something like that. Or even not even that, it just coming across some Tanzanian women, they can be very like that. So definitely 100% a downside. I don't know if men face that from other Tanzanian men. If you're a African American man here, and you face that with some Tanzanian men, please comment because I would like to hear it. But from what I've seen, like, men are just men, you know, like, they're just like, they'll pat each other on the back and all right, cool, you know. But for women, it's a whole different other breed. You have some of them who are so cool. Most Tanzanian women are so cool, so nice, so giving, so this. But you do have some, and they're usually around your age group, you do have some who can just really have this mindset that we think that we're better than them. And I'm telling you right now from this video, it is not true. I don't think that I'm better than anybody, okay? And the last thing that I will say, wait, no, not the last thing. Sorry. I feel like, again, everyone wants to know your business, which is really annoying. Everybody wants to know your business. Everybody wants to know, like, everywhere you go, where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you from? You know, what do you do? Da-da-da-da-da. All of this stuff, which is really super annoying, because I think maybe it might be like a cultural thing, but also I don't think it's a cultural thing at all, only because my husband tells me it's not a cultural thing, because him and I have conversations all the time where let's say I'll go to a salon and you will have these guys that come in and start asking me questions. Where are you from? Oh, what is this? Da, 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 da. And my husband gets really upset because he's like, they shouldn't be asking you those questions. Why are they asking you those questions? If you was a Tanzanian woman, they would never come up to you like that and ask you those type of questions. So it is one of those things that you definitely have to face on a daily basis. And he's still telling me, you know, that I need to be more like aggressive to one of those people and stuff like that. And I try to explain to him that it's very different in America. You understand what I'm saying? Like, when you are in America and a guy, you know, tries to hit on you, or he tries to talk to you, or people try to talk to you, you can just like, okay, have a good day, and keep walking, because sometimes it can lead to your life. Sometimes if you reject a person, they will shoot you. They will shoot you. They will kill you. They will, you know, like, it happens. It happens all the time. So it's better to just thank you and walk away. But over here, it's like, you need to be assertive. You need to be like, no, like, I'm not with it. You know what I'm saying? But there's a balance of trying to learn the culture and what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. So you're definitely gonna face some of those issues, and you need to be, you know, you just need to be a little careful. And the last thing that I was gonna say is that you are a different type of black, if that makes sense. And I hope that I come across this message correctly, because when you come out here, people have this idea that when they come out here, their ancestors have sent them out here, they're truly African, they're this, they're that, da da da. You have to understand that you are very different. than people who have not been enslaved and people who have grew up here and learned the culture here and all that stuff. You have to understand that you are very different. You grew up very differently. You understand what I'm saying? And you have to accept that, yes, you definitely have some, you definitely have African roots and all of that stuff, but you do need to understand that you do have some differences. And you are going to see those differences all of the time, and that's not your fault. It's not your fault at all. It's history's fault, and it's, you know, the Europeans' fault, and all of that stuff. However, you do need to understand that there is a difference, and you need to learn to fit in. You absolutely need to learn to fit in. However, I also feel like I am more, personally, me, I feel like I am accepted more here than I am accepted in the black community in America. For real, y'all want me to be real with y'all? I really feel like that, because when I'm out here, people see me. People see my hair, people see my skin complexion, and they don't discredit me. They don't discredit me at all. They don't say, oh, you're not black enough, you're not African, you're not this. Sometimes you even have some people, especially the elders, where Hope will be funny or whatever and be like, oh, this is my girlfriend or whatever. Oh, she's a Mzungu, she's from America. Like, he'll be funny like that just to piss me off because he knows I hate the word. And they will be like, she's not a Mzungu, she's black. You know what I'm saying? That's how they view me. And I love that. I really love that. However, I get discredited from the black community all the time in America. All the time. All the time. I've been hearing it since I was a little girl. You're not black enough. Oh, you must be a mixed race because of your hair, which I am a mixed race. And I embrace the fact that I'm a mixed race from America. I absolutely do. But I get all the time, you are not black. You are Hispanic. However, when Hispanic people say that they're not black African Americans get upset and say, you guys don't know your roots. You are actually learn the history behind Hispanics. You are black. You understand what I'm saying? And I know that this is a controversial topic, but I am 100%, I'm a mixed race. Absolutely, I am mixed, okay? That's not a secret. We know that. I have features from all over the damn world at this point, okay? However, I am African American. But I get a lot of pushback. I get a lot of pushback from certain African Americans, people who know me, people who really have, you know, like, they're like, you are 100% African American. Like, there's no telling that. However, I do get discredited a lot. I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom's Puerto Rican and my dad is Indian, but he has African American in him. I am African American. If you have a drop of black blood in you, you are black. You are African American. But I feel like I get more pushback in America than I do out here. Out here, I'm very accepted. I'm very accepted as being a black woman. They don't look at it differently. They see that my hair is a little different. They see that I'm a little lighter than anything else, but they don't view me as anything less than being a black woman. And it really sucks. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it really sucks that I get a lot of pushback about this. Because it's like, you know, I just feel like it's obvious, you know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot tell, and I know mixed people have been fighting for this for decades, but you cannot tell a mixed person that they're not black. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I give you an example when it comes to, you know, Paris Jackson, because she's a lighter skin, okay? Because she's a lighter skin, people say that she's not black, but yet her DNA is black. Michael Jackson was 100% black. So therefore, just because she came out to be a lighter skin and maybe the mother's genes were stronger doesn't mean that she is not black. But I see it all the time, and it's very unfair. It's very, very, very unfair to a lot of us mixed people. It really is. I personally don't let it get to me. I'm like, whatever, you know, I really don't let it get to me, but you know, there are people out there who it does get to them, and you need to stay true to yourself as a mixed person. So that is my video, guys. please buy a t-shirt. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Keep sharing, keep commenting, keep being active, because it just pushes me to do more and more content for you guys. It really brings me joy when you guys leave comments and you share, and our subscribers are going up. By the way, I finally hit 6,000 subscribers, so yay! That's really exciting. I love you guys, and I will see you later.